So on the first day of school, this girl gave me her number, and no one in my new class is from the same high school as me, and no one in the class was from the same high school as her. So since we were the only people that we knew, we got along pretty well. Now fast forward a week later, we've gone out a couple times to get food and buy supplies for class, and after getting to know each other over like a course of a month, I learned that she eats like trash. She eats like 2 meals a day, one of which is literally just all junk food, and the only thing that is stopping her from eating more is just the price. She drinks bubble tea on the daily. It's like she's eating like she can respawn, basically. And she told me that her family has a history of like diabetes and stuff, and if you know me, I like explaining, I like talking, so I mean, I have a whole YouTube channel about it if you didn't know. So I spent like an hour telling her about, you know, like the insulin, the glycogen, how to be healthy, how I stay healthy. And after an hour passed, 2 hours passed, and it's already midnight at this point, and she just says, "Yeah, but I choose to be happy." You just wasted an hour of my time, you fucking bitch.
6 a.m. It's dark outside. Yeah.
This made me realize how different I am to like normal people. From her perspective, it's just normal. She wasn't intentionally trying to be annoying. This is just how she lives. She genuinely believes that life is about this. Life is about happiness, and she gets her happiness from eating hundreds of grams of sugar. It's like she's on a train barreling down the tracks, and she can see that the train tracks go off a cliff. Like, she's not stupid, right? She knows if she continues this diet, it will lead to some major health consequences. But from her perspective, the train only goes one way. From my perspective, I'm like, you know, you can just change tracks, right? You know, you don't have to eat this. Like, you don't actually know this concept of improving yourself exists. So I was like, damn, there's like levels to this. So I've kindly put together the 5 stages of self-improvement. Stage 1, normie. You don't actually know that self-improvement exists. It's not even a thing in your mind. This is where she's at. This is where most people are at. You're just a normal person. You know what discipline and progress is, but they're just words in your vocabulary. You've never actually experienced or worked on them before, apart from those like bullshit lessons in school where they talk about like SMART goals and stuff. Stage 2, the struggle. You realize that this concept of improving yourself exists, and you start trying. For a couple months, you're only doing the good habits like once a week. Nothing really has changed in reality. You're still doing all the bad habits. All that's really changed is your mindset. This is where 90% of people quit. Stage 3, momentum. You start getting the habits down just because you've been doing it for long enough. After a couple months, that's just what you do now. This is the beginning of that exponential growth of progress. Over time, your mentality shift has changed your actions, which have just changed your reality. Around here is where you start looking at people in stage 1 and think, damn, this how you'll live? You realize that after a couple months of doing the right things, you're pretty different. Stage 4, exponential growth. Remember in stage 2, you only did the good habits once a week? Well, now you only miss the good habits once a week. The other 6 days are as close to perfect as possible. This is when you get those like noob gains, but in every aspect of life. It's exponential growth. Stage 5, lifestyle. In the same way that the normie doesn't know that self-improvement exists, once you're at stage 5, you're the opposite. You've been doing the good habits for so long that you forget normal life exists. This is when self-improvement is just normal. It's just your life. For most of us, I'd say we're like stage 2 or 3, and in some things we're at stage 5. Like for me, I'm very proud to say that I'm at stage 5 when it comes to video games and social media. I deleted Instagram like 5 years ago. I don't even think about that anymore. And I quit video games after like high school. Like, even if you reinstalled Minecraft on my laptop, I would have like no inclination to play it. I don't even find it fun anymore. That's stage 5. The point that I'm trying to make is that you can't turn back now. Once you have this realization that, oh progress is actually possible, I've seen it with my own eyes. Even if you now go back to the life of video games or whatever you were addicted to, right? You wouldn't be able to enjoy it in the same way anymore. In your heart, you know you could be doing more. It's like you can't unfeel the feeling of progress that you felt when you were doing really well. And there's like something so freeing about knowing that you'll always be on self-improvement. It gives you space to fail. Like genuinely, like in the past 2 weeks, I just forgot to meditate. I haven't meditated in 2 weeks. I was like, oh, I gotta get back on self-improvement. But what happened wasn't that I got off self-improvement. If life has ups and downs and we're on self-improvement for life, that means self-improvement will have ups and downs. That is actually a sign that you're on this for life. The old guy that has been going to the gym for like 30 years, you know that he has that story of like one time he got injured and he didn't go to the gym for like 4 months. that's a sign that he's actually committed to this for life. That's just part of the ups and downs. So what happened wasn't that I got off self-improvement. What happened was just life. So since I have a lifetime to do it, I don't have to force myself to get back to 30-minute meditations after being away for 2 weeks. I can allow myself to start over at 3 minutes because I know by next week I'll be back at 30 minutes. Like, you know what? Fuck it, I'll just do it right now. Let me get a timer. This sound gives me PTSD, bro. This is why level 5 is so like overpowered. It's not a habit, it's not even a commitment, it's just a routine, it's just your life. Even if you quit for a month, since it's your life, you will just find yourself back on track. It's kind of like how the train is going down the right track already. Even if the train slows down or even if the train stops, it's still on the right track. It will continue moving and it will get to its destination. And that is incredibly reassuring and positive. And since I know I'm on the right track, I don't let anyone convince me otherwise. Don't let people derail you. They see you at stage 2 whilst they're still at stage 1. And you might tell them, hey, just stop playing video games. It's a bit... Is the anime wallpaper really necessary? And they always give the same excuse of like, oh, so if I was a billionaire making $100 million per second, even if I played video games for half a millisecond, that's still unproductive? Like, bro, why are you bringing up this imaginary billionaire? Like, you know what? Okay. He is good enough. Yes, he is good enough to play video games. But are you? Don't speak for him. Speak for yourself. Are you good enough to play video games? They realize that self-improvement is a thing and they can either choose to go to stage 2 or stay in stage 1. And some choose to stay. But just because they choose to stay doesn't mean you have to stay with them. I double down and triple down on the right choices because I know there's no going back. Even if I wanted to go back, I wouldn't be able to enjoy it. There's no point. I'm on the right track and this train doesn't go in reverse, so might as well put my foot on the gas. I don't think that's how trains... I don't think trains have gas pedals, but you get it. A week or 2 ago, my friend brought me to the campus gym to sign up because he already signed up, right? He just wanted to help me sign up. So I was like, okay, I'm gonna go to the gym. Do you want to follow? I asked the girl, right? And the girl said, yeah, actually, I kind of want to go to the gym. So 3 of us went, and when we reached there, she just stood outside. My friend and I went in, and she was just outside waiting. I came out to like ask her why, and she was like, no, it's okay. I'll do it next time. I'll do it next time. You can go sign up. And I think like that's very symbolic of the whole thing. She probably knows the right thing to do. She's just not doing it. She just stood outside watching whilst I did the thing that she knows she probably should do. And so at the end of the day, I think she knows she could be doing more. And so many people have this same feeling. Deep down, we want that progress. It's intrinsic. It's kind of hardwired. It's just that some of us have never vocalized that before. Once you get that realization that you could be improving yourself, whether you realize it or not, you now know of self-improvement. And now you can't get off self-improvement. And that fact can either haunt you or free you. It just depends on whether you stand still or take action. Get it? Take action? Because like, you know, if you know self-improvement exists, but then you don't do anything, then it's like, I could be better. Then you waste all the time and then you regret. But then if you take action, then you don't regret. Yeah. All right. I'm just gonna end the video. Mwah.